I was that person that said I would never homeschool.
Like me. We are back with Tiffany Boyd. Have you mentioned that you were a public school teacher. You were a tenured school teacher for many years.
Mhm.
Did you always plan to homeschool once you had kids?
No, no, I did not. And this is the irony in all of this is I was that person that said I would never homeschool.
Like me.
I said that I will never homeschool. Parents aren't qualified to teach their children. What about socialization?
Mhm.
I was the person that said that I would never do that. And our older two children went to public schools. They went to school with me, where I taught like millions of other public school teachers. And they think, I can control the situation. They can come to school with me.
Right.
And that's what my older children did. And when we had our third child, that was a huge catalyst of change in our family because we knew after we had him that I was not going to be going back to my teaching position. And so then we had to make some decisions. So we decided to move our children because we were about 30 minutes away, 35 minutes away, where we lived from the my teaching position
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a
yes,
drive.
yeah, we had a commute. And so we thought, oh, we'll just pull our children out and put them in the school system where we live, and that will be much easier. However, our oldest child was attending a school system that during that period of time had a lot of staffing problems. So she had substitutes in almost all of her classes.
Oh, wow.
And so it was just a mess. And so we decided, well, no, we didn't decide. My husband decided that we were going to homeschool, and I thought he'd lost his mind. And so I begrudgingly agreed to do it. And I can remember when we went to withdraw her, we were given misinformation about what we had to do in order to register her as a homeschool student. And thankfully, I did my research prior to actually removing her, and I knew that the information that I was being told wasn't correct.
Oh, wow.
And so we were able to, get that done and get that taken care of. And it was a process that evolved for me over a long period of time because this was prior to, there was no Facebook. I think the only social media platform back then was MySpace.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
So
I
you're
didn't.
talking back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, and
Okay.
so yes, because our son was born in yeah, it would have been around that time period. So
Okay.
anyway, I didn't have a MySpace. The only thing that I used was email.
Yeah.
So, and we were in a very rural, and we still are in a rural community, a small community. So finding other homeschoolers was like finding a needle in a haystack. It
Yeah.
was really hard to find a support group during that period of time because, we didn't have technology at our fingertips like we do now. It wasn't like that. So it was really difficult, and everyone thought we were insane. Everyone thought we were crazy. I had left, a tenured teaching position,
Yeah.
and that was the pinnacle, of that's what everyone that was in teaching at that period of time, that was their goal, was to reach tenured status. And I had done that. People thought I had thrown away my education, and, we were going from a two family income to a one family income. We just had our third baby. Family members weren't on board with our decision. People we went to church with weren't on board with our decision. Our friends thought we were insane. We were swimming upstream.
Yeah.
Really, we were. And then people would say, well, you're a teacher, so you'll be able to do it. And I look back on that and think, if they only knew.
Yeah.
I oftentimes think it's hardest for us because we spend years trying to unlearn
Right.
what we've been taught. And so, we do what we know, and you recreate the classroom at home, which is a disaster. Always don't do that. So when I say it was a process for me, a learning process, it was. So when I hear people say all the same things that I said all those years ago, my Free Your Children page is not coming from a place of judgment because I was that person.
Right.
It's just coming from a place of you're misinformed. These are the facts. You can do it. And this is the truth about what's really happening in public schools right now.